Hi guys. I feel like today's Yap session is just going to cover. Oops. Oh no, it's not. Oh no, it's not. Oh no, it's not. Oh no, it's not. There we go. Oh my gosh, it's still peeling. Bro, these masks are so trash. These masks are buns. And like maybe it's like, no girl, you just don't know how to put on a damn face mask. Like just lay back and read a book. But it's like so real, by the way. Like, oh my gosh, like no. Just stick to my face. It's just not sticking up here. Oh, maybe I should tuck it. Ooh, that's smart. That's smart. That's smart. Yeah. Anyways, I'm just being met in like different seasons of my life and like understanding different stages of myself. Like, no. I'm just learning like a new version of myself. Yeah, like I'm learning a new version of myself. I am really tapping into like being in alignment with like myself and like people aligning with me, what I want out of friends. Actually, scratch that. I think more of what my life is focused on is what I want out of myself and like what I want my life to produce. Like honestly, like I'm really just trying to learn to like love myself a lot more. And like I've talked about this, but I feel like this like really is so weird to talk about because sometimes like self-love is kind of based upon like the lack of love we've received from others, and I think we do things so much. Actually, let me stop speaking in generalizations and let me just speak with honesty. I feel like I've done a lot of things in my life out of spite and not out of like will for myself and like to actually better myself. I've done it because I want people to feel bad, or I want people to feel remorseful, or I want them to see that I changed. Like it's always been a sense of external validation. It's like I'm gonna put energy into myself, and hopefully, the energy that I put into me will allow you to validate me more and allow you to see you were wrong about something. And it's been like, okay, I'm gonna close the door is closed, and I'm gonna continue to work on myself. So I might crack the window. So if you peep through it, you're gonna see like a very strong and better image, better than you left it. But the reason that's such a shaky foundation, I've always had a shaky foundation, and I think that's why none of the lessons I've learned have genuinely been learned the way that they're supposed to be, because the foundation in which like the change could have started was always rocky. It was always shaky. This is my kitty cat. My kitty cat. My kitty cat. But yeah, the foundation was always shaky. Like I've been really burnt out in the gym lately. The gym is my thing. The gym has always been my thing because I don't run track anymore. I stopped running track. I quit running track because I felt burnt out. And like this is sorry, we just need to stay on subject. I felt burnt out, and I also just felt different about it. Not like my goals have changed, but like everything around it was just changing, and like just me like not really knowing how to handle change, not really like being so big on perseverance, because like genuinely like I've always thought like, oh, like I'm really good at perseverance until it came down to a situation that actually required me to persevere. And like something like that, like my sport, it wasn't like, oh, I stopped like loving it, because it's like who really likes running? But I really did love like the way that it pushed and motivated and moved me. I just felt like it wasn't really doing that at that time, so I just gave up on it, and I just didn't persevere through it because it had a bad period. It had a very stagnant period for me, and I just felt like the easiest thing was to just let it go and move on. And so the gym became my thing, and now I have like a very stagnant period where I'm at the gym and I'm like, I hate being here. Like genuinely, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I hate my workouts. I don't really feel like my body's being pushed. Like I start feeling dizzy now, and like I'm eating more foods. I'm trying to consume more, and I'm like, maybe it's like I need more electrolytes. Like I'm trying to find like things to make the situation better, and I'm like, bro, like I hate this. And I'm having like that same fatigue with my job. Like I work at I work with kids. Let me just be vague. I work with kids, and now I'm starting to feel like the same fatigue like working with children. And not even that the concept of like working with kids, because that's something that I'm genuinely passionate about and that I love, but just like showing up, being there, being energetic, being a happy face, performing. Like it feels performative, and I'm exhausted with it because it's like I'm working these two jobs, and like sometimes I even have to remind myself like what are your goals? What are you doing this for? What is your motivation? Why is this like something that you're trying to achieve? Because I'm being asked questions like, well, why are you doing this? And I'm like, well, I honestly don't know. Like, I don't know why I'm doing this. And I think like just not even having like a sense of direction and like an end goal and like a sense of drive and like motivation, I think is just really important. And I think that circles back to just like the whole perspective of like the foundation. Like the foundation is rocky. When I started going to the gym again, like I've always been on it with the gym, but I really had like a really strong period whenever my heart is broken, whenever I'm sad, whenever a relationship ends. I just seem to go so hard in the gym. You can hear the rain in the back, but I just go hard in the gym. I go hard because in my mind I'm like, okay, I'm feeling a lot of pain right now, so let me just work it out. Like let me work it out. And then my other thought process is let me have a glow up so this person will regret like leaving me. Which don't sit up here and act like this isn't like a common theme, because I feel like everybody thinks this like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna lock in, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna get my nails done, I'm gonna start a business, because like heartbreak does motivate you in a way, but the heartbreak is not enough to keep you through your goals. And I think it's like why this is kind of why it's important to set like long-term and short-term goals and like have like like little reminders and motivations throughout certain periods of your life. But no, my foundations have always just been rocky, and I'm at a point in my life where like my foundation is genuinely centered on me, because I want to do certain things, because I want to better myself, because like that's literally like my goal. Like this is what I want to do for me. I'm in a space where like I've been alone, and I think that's really hard to admit, is like I'm alone, and like I don't feel lonely anymore, but for a while I did feel really lonely. Like being alone was really hard. I like really just didn't like it. I didn't really like the fact that like so much was going on within me emotionally, within like my life. Like I felt overwhelmed, I felt stressed out, I felt tired, and I was like, I miss like having a person to go to and talk to and like tell them everything, and like like just have someone like help me understand myself. But I'm like, I don't really need you to help me understand myself. I don't need anybody to help me understand myself. Like I keep using people in my life as a crutch to kind of avoid the feelings that I know I need to like handle on my own, because it feels nice for someone to have my back. It feels nice for someone to tell me it's going to be okay. It feels nice for someone to like walk me through the storm and like get me through there. But like that's a form of like emotional codependency and like just like personal codependency. Like I don't really need to be dependent on someone to navigate hardship. And I think like experiencing hardship in like an isolating period, I think really taught me like, one, I don't need advice for every single situation that's going on in my life. I don't need someone to tell me what I so obviously know. And like just ranting to my friend, like that was something that I really learned. Like when I rant to people, they never know what to say. And I used to get really frustrated with this, because I was like, I'm coming to you for advice and you're telling me like you don't really know what to say. And I would get really upset, because they'd be like, well, you already know what to do. Like you just said it. Like I'm listening to you and you told me the problem, you told me the solution, you told me how to go about it. Why are you talking to me about it? I think sometimes like that in itself is just like a aspect of how I inadvertently seek validation from other people. That was something like, there's so much that I feel like you can learn in just being alone and like being isolated, that like sometimes when you like slow down and actually like stop and breathe, like you see like bad patterns in yourself that, I mean, not necessarily that it's bad, but like just like things that kind of like display a lack of trust within oneself, and like just like the fact that I just need like confirmation, like something that I can tell you that I already know, but I just need you to confirm that. Just it displays like the ways that I don't trust myself, and the ways that I feel like I don't, my own word and like what I already know does not matter enough for me to like actually follow through with, that I need somebody else to tell me. And I also just seek validation and like decisions and like things that I don't know, I personally believe. And I think that's always been something that I've known about myself, like in the ways that like, especially like growing up, like I would ask like my mom or my sister, like, is this outfit cute? And I could think it's the cutest thing in the world, and like they tell me like, one would say it's cute, the other would say it's not cute, and then I'd be like, okay, like I don't really know. And then I would just end up ruling with the person that said it's not cute and then just not wear it, even though I thought it was the cutest thing ever. But that's just like an example. Like, like I'm feeling like being isolated has showed me that, I'm letting other people pour into my cup, and I'm letting other people pour into my cup, and I'm drinking from a cup that is just always half empty. And the only way that my cup can be full is if I'm just continuously pouring into it. I think that's like really weird because like just being in a period and like a season of isolation, I think this is the first time in my life where like I'm very content with being alone, even though I have like a lot of hiccups and like being alone as well. I think like I do miss a lot of things in my life, and I really wish like some things just didn't change. Not so much out of comfort, but out of love. Like there's still just like a lot of love for things in my life that I'm like, oh, like, I wish wasn't pruned from me. I went to church recently. That's another thing. Like I started going to church again. I started going to church again. I'm starting to learn to do things alone without actually having the anxiety of like being alone, because it's not that like doing things alone is hard. It's just like sometimes it like feels anxious that I'm alone because I feel like people are judging me, and I feel like people are looking at me, and I feel like people are like, damn, like she alone, she alone. But like nobody cares about you that much. Nobody's thinking about you. Nobody's interested in you. I think it's very fulfilling to actually like be able to pour into my cup and feel fulfilled by doing little things by myself and just like enjoying myself in my own space. But at the same time, not to say that my own company and like being in my own comfort is not enough, but it's just like the lessons that I've learned from being alone, and like the things that like I probably knew about myself and like was trying to avoid, like there's just like some growing pains and like isolation, because I'm just learning like how to be a better person. And like I don't know, I'm just like I'm taking feedback from people in my life like with a grain of salt, because I do like want to change my life. I want to change the person that I am, just emotionally, like through my perspective, the way that I feel about myself, the way that I carry myself, the standards that I have, the way that I allow people to talk to me. Like that I think is the whole purpose of like self-love. Like I don't want nobody to come up in my space and try to destroy me. Like, like nobody should ever get the privilege of like hurting me. Like, people say like, oh, this broke me, and I don't want anything to come into my life and break me. So I'm trying to have a foundation that is just shaped and completely and fully founded on, you know, loving myself and like wanting to be by myself. That is like a really big statement that I don't think I've ever really said, is like wanting to be by myself, because throughout my years of life, I've always longed for love. I always wanted love. Like I've always wanted love. I just believe like love is such a beautiful thing, that love will carry you through all hardships. And like I believe like love will save me, and love will protect me, and love will better me. And like genuinely, I didn't just get out of like a situationship, because I want to call it a relationship really bad, but I think like, I didn't really get to that stage, and I don't want to put more emphasis on something than, I don't want to like delude myself with the reality that just wasn't there. Like, yes, there were like aspects where I felt like I was genuinely in a relationship, but it just didn't get there. Like it was getting there, but it just didn't get there. But I like look at myself in that relationship or situationship, sorry, and it was it was everything I prayed for. Like truly, it was everything I prayed for. And the person that I was with was like everything that I had like actually like talked to God about, and like actually like changed my values, because a lot of like what I wanted out of a partner has always been like materialistic, and it had always been surface level, and it had always just been like superficial. Like I had never really given any consideration to what I wanted out of a person until like it was like last February. I had like got myself in like a really dumb decision that I just knew like I should have evaded completely, but I just wanted to like do something for the plot, and like I really ended up suffering the consequences of doing that. And it wasn't until I learned like I want something like deep and meaningful, and like just really like putting value into like what is coming into my life. Like sometimes like I think we want love so bad that we settle for anything that just like walks up into our doorstep and is like ready to love us, because it's like, yes, love is all around you, and yes, anybody can love you, but nobody can love you how you want to be loved. Nobody can like love is more about meeting this person's need. Love is like a genuine action to me. Like, love is something that you constantly display every single day through thick and thin. And I don't think love is something that you just walk away from. I don't think love is premised through cheating. I don't think love is premised through lying, toxicity, an irregulated nervous system. And I think, like, for me, my relationship or situationship was really like reflecting onto me that I have like just such an unregulated nervous system and like just a lot of unhealed, and it's not even like unhealed traumas, but just like unhealed experiences in my life that not even are being projected, but just like I said, like how I earlier like mentioned that I seek validation and I seek approval, and just like the lack of trust in myself, like that was displayed. Just the way that you feel about yourself is like genuinely displayed in like whatever relationship that you get into. So I just want that to be known. Like when I was in 5th grade, I had a friend that told me, like, she was much older than me. Like I was in 5th grade, she was in 8th grade. I was always like kind of closer with people who were older than me, but she had told me like you can't like she was like, you can't love someone before you love yourself first. And like that would always be like my mantra, but like genuinely, like, excuse me, I never really knew what self-love is until I think like more recently. Like now we all talk about self-love. I think we all know self-love on a very surface level, but like to me, just self-love is just like this undeniable assurance in who I am, what I deserve, and how to give it to myself. Because I can't really look for people in my life to give me all the things that I've ever longed for and needed. I can't look for people to come into my life and save me from hardship. I can't look for people to mitigate poor situations in my life. And I can't look for people to point me in directions that I'm clearly in the wrong in. I think she just farted. But I think like genuinely, like, it's just not so much because I just seen a quote that says like, yes, connection, like independence is beautiful, but connection is human. Like that's very true and genuine. Like I'm not saying like, the level of self-love you have should supersede the amount of love and connections you look and yearn for in life, because that's completely not true. And I'm not saying that self-love should overrule your desire to ever want to feel or give love in your life. I'm just saying like the amount of self-love you have should be so undeniable that no matter who comes into your life and who leaves your life, you know that you are still so deeply rooted in yourself that nobody can tell you differently about you. Nobody can make you feel differently about you. And once they do or try to like interject that they're trying to push you down and like steal your sunshine, that is not a situation that is beneficial for you. My experience really taught me and showed me that I just don't love myself as much as I thought I did, because there's still so much of growing that I need to do, which is so okay. Like that is so okay, because that does not mean that the love that I experienced was like any less than, or the love that I gave was any less than. It just really didn't prosper because the love that I had for myself just was not enough to be able to be like, I trust myself. Or because like truly the way that you feel about yourself, like I can't trust myself. I can't not trust myself and expect me to trust my partner. I don't know how you can trust people when you don't completely trust yourself. Like, if I have to constantly be like second guessing myself, I'm always gonna second guess the people around me. And that's so true, because that's something I do. Like, I can tell you, like, oh yeah, like this is so cool, and then I'm thinking about that later, and I'm gonna think about that later, and I'm gonna think about that later, and then you could tell me something as like my partner, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, they did tell me that. And you, like, this is a really good example. You're having a conversation with your best friend, you're telling them something that like your person said to you, and then they're like, damn, like they said that, and like the tone of their voice just sounds like so like, dang, like you let that slide, like you let that be okay. And it's not even anything bad, but you like take what they just said and you internalize that, and you're like, was that bad? Like, wait, like, did I miss something? Like, what are you seeing that I'm not seeing? Like, what did they do here? And now I'm kind of going off on the person that I'm with, because I'm like, yeah, like you're being weird. Like, this is weird. Like, I don't like that. Like, my friend said this. Like, you don't trust your own judgment. So then the validation that someone else told you that the decision that you just made for yourself within yourself is wrong. Now you're second guessing the decision that you just made within yourself to be wrong, and now that's kind of trickling down like in your life. And like it's sorry, I'm stuttering and I'm sounding stupid, but it's like I have a book that kind of like also kind of covers this, And it's so weird to me because like these are probably like really things that I guess like in the early healing stages, oh my gosh, in my early healing stages, I was trying to go through this like level of growth and like this level of change, and I was trying to like really like permit this through my life, and it just like kept crumbling. Like literally all the healing I did like just I guess kept crumbling because like my foundation was just so rocky. My foundation was on the basis of another person. My foundation was on the basis of if I do this, then maybe this will make them want me or love me or care about me or regret losing me or miss me. But like I just don't understand because sometimes it's like really daunting to like actually think and say out loud. But like, why are we just like not as important to ourselves as like we make other people important to us? It's like you can have so much love for people in the world, and I think that's a beautiful thing because I have so much love for people in the world, but it's like nothing really tops loving yourself so much more. And I'm not trying to sit up here and just be like this preacher of like self-love because honestly this is really just something that I really want to go into the new year focused on, like self-love. Like this is the first time in my life, I don't know if I said this, but this is really the first time in my life where I genuinely am not looking for a relationship. Like I'm not looking to be in a relationship. I'm not looking to experience a relationship. Like I'm not closed off to it, but I'm just not actively seeking and searching for that. I had told myself like I want to practice rejection therapy and I want to start like asking people on dates just because like I feel like nothing really topples. Like I know this is like a contradiction, guys. Please don't even start. Like, girl, didn't you just say like please just listen and hear me out. But I don't think so much it'd be like but like dates are so harmless. So I may like change my verbiage and just like asking people like, you know, to like hang out, like actually like making the first move, not just so much like in a romantic aspect because I'm not really seeking anything like romantically out of anybody at any period of my life right now. But I definitely do want to like get out of my comfort zone a lot more and just start asking people like to hang out or like actually telling people like, oh, like you're really cool, like, you know, like I don't know, not I guess like we're using it as a form of rejection therapy because like in my mind I'm like, oh, it can go either way, like, you know, they could say yes or they could say no. And I think just like how we handle rejection is like very important. I didn't really realize I had a problem with rejection until like I'm like am in like today's time. Like I feel like feeling rejected, especially by people that I would never like reject, like people that I choose that just aren't choosing me. Like this is even like just in like life, like when I ask like people to hang out and they're like no, like I don't want to hang out, or like I'm busy, or like oh I don't want to do this, or like, you know, like when they like dub plans, like sometimes I do feel really like upset by that because I was like really looking forward to it, or it was like someone I hadn't seen, and like I don't know, I'm just like I was really used to like people like flaking on me like really last minute, and like I was like always the person that was like, oh no, it's fine, like we can just reschedule, and that just became like the pattern of like the relationship, like oh we make plans, they flake, I'm like, oh, okay, like we can just reschedule, and I just don't want to like ever like go back to that. But like I was young and I didn't really think much about it. I just thought like, oh, like, you know, but like that people just don't want to hang out and they just don't know how to say like, hey, I don't want to hang out. But I don't know, that's what like something that had came into my mind like later and like earlier in the month, like I want to say like late November. I had thought about it, but I honestly just really want to start taking steps to get out of my comfort zone because I am like a little bit of a loser now. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I'm a lot of bit of a loser. Like I just work. My like bestest friends are little kids. Like not even like my bestest friends, but like the people that I socialize the most with are like little kids because I work with kids. And then like I hang out with my sister. I go to work all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. And then I hang out with my friend like sometime when I have time. But I don't at first I used to really feel like a loser. I used to really feel like a loser. I used to feel like a loser. I used to feel really different. I used to feel like FOMO. I used to be like, oh my gosh, I cut off all my friends and it's all my fault. But like literally like they were just people who weren't aligning with me anymore, and it's not like it's like hatred or anything like negative. It was just like misalignment and a friendship that ran its course. Like I don't think any of my old friends I like harbor hate for. Even like people who have been standing on complete opposite morals of me, like I don't really feel like I have any like opposing feelings towards, because I don't know, I've been like really like working on like I don't know, forgiveness of myself and forgiveness of others. But yeah, I don't know, like it's just like have really just been like really learning to be alone and feel validated in solitude and aloneness without the yearn and need and desire for additional company and for other people in my life. Like, I don't know, I've really just been learning to like love myself. Like, duh, I'm making a video with a face mask on, and like you'd probably be like, dang, like she looks chopped, but like what does it matter? Like, what does it matter? Like, girl, I'm in the comfort of my own room, like making moves. I bought these wire headphones from Five Below, and like I wanted the white ones because the white ones are just so retro, and I don't really like these are so they're so ugly. No shade, but I'm gonna listen to music. Like, I'm so excited, even though like they're so they're so ugly. Like, I'm sorry, like, ew, they have like the little, no, I don't like this. Oh, my face mask is falling off. Is that a sign, guys, to just take it off? It might be. But yo, like this just is not. But it's like low key, like this is the only side that I feel like is giving me problems. But yeah, and then I have like my water and my protein milk. But yeah, like honestly, I'm just chilling, and my best friend, like my bestest friend right now. Well, like right now, I'm sorry, girl, but like no, the love of my life literally is my black cat. Sorry, I'm gonna pan over to her. My black cat. Her name is Nova. She's in a black household, so of course it's spelled with a K. It's Knova, because her mama is black, so her mama had to show that she is in a black household by spelling her name with a K, Kno, and I just love her. I love her. I look forward to seeing her every single day, and like I just am learning love through having a pet. I've never had a pet before, so I think that like explains a lot. Like I've really learned perseverance. I think is like such a key thing. I'm learning perseverance like really, really badly, because it's like, oh my gosh, like when I first got her, just know I didn't know nothing about having a cat. Like I didn't know they get like zoomies in the middle of the night. And like I wake up early. I have to be up early. So I literally barely slept. It was like having a newborn baby. I was so irked. I was so irritated. And I literally like was telling my mom like, no, I'm gonna send her back. And you know, it's like, you were gonna send your pet back? Like, don't judge me, okay? I've never had a pet before. The only pet I've ever had was a hamster, and he would just sit on the floor. He would sit right here on the floor in his cage. Sometimes he'd sit over there, and I was scared to touch him, and I was scared to poop. Oh, I was so scared to poop. Like, even though if you've seen hamster poops, it's literally just like, it's not even that big. Like, they're literally tiny pellets. Like, they're like the size of a booger, literally. And like if you have a big nose, then maybe not your boogers, but like little boogers, okay? And yeah, I barely like dealt with him. I'm sorry. Like I know that makes me a really bad pet owner, but I just really couldn't understand, and like I could never understand other pet owners. So like when I've had friends who talk about like their pets and stuff, like I just wouldn't get it. I'd be like, oh, so cute. Love the dog. Love the dog. But no, like having a cat taught me patience, perseverance, taught me to keep going. It taught me it's a very like valuable experience, genuinely. And I've always wanted a cat, which makes me cherish it so much more, because I feel like when you've always wanted something, this is something that I feel like I've definitely like have learned, because for me, I've always wanted a relationship, right? Like we're gonna use that. Like that's like something that I really, really will say. I had always really wanted a relationship. I think like anybody in my life, like knowing me, especially if you knew me 10th grade, like I feel like that's all I would talk about. And then like junior year, I got in like a couple. And then like senior year, I got in some entanglements. And then last year, oh, are we still, wait. Last year was just like dating, like literally I was just going on dates. I was just going on dates with like, I don't know, randoms, and not actual randoms though, but like low-key randoms. But I'd always just like wanted a relationship, and like I'd always find myself like getting in a relationship and either hating myself, no, literally hating myself, and like chasing my partner. Ew. Literally though, but chasing my partner. And like even in my last relationship, I won't say I chased my partner, but I definitely will say that I definitely would say now that like if I was in that relationship now, like with the version of myself that like I'm walking into, it would have went completely differently. I would definitely say so, because the foundation that I just have in my life is so different than the foundation that I was establishing then. I just feel like the foundation that I established then was just really different. But when you get something that you really wanted, I feel like you cherish it a lot more. You cherish it 10 times more than you've ever valued something. And I've always wanted a cat. And it's really easy to give up when things get hard. For me, that was like very evident. Like, first stage, I was ready to give up. Like, literally, I was ready to give up. But I just think there's so much beauty in like keeping is in continuing. And there's so much lessons, so many lessons that you learn. Sorry, I gotta stretch, guys. But there's so much lessons that you learn in just trusting that things will work out, trusting that, you know, because something in me, like, bro, I've had so many instances where like I couldn't find her. Like, she's a black cat, guys. And when it's dark, oh my gosh, like, and everything in my house is like black. Like, a lot of accents in my house is like black. So she would blend in, and she's a baby, so she wouldn't meow, like she wouldn't really use her mouth when like talk. I remember like I couldn't find her, and I dead ass I started crying. I was like, I lost her. Like, anything could happen to her, and I'm just really, really scared. And that's when I knew, like, oh my gosh, like, I really love this cat. Like, I really love her. I really like her. Like, despite the fact that I feel like she's putting me through hell right now, I'm like, I like her. I like her. I like her a lot. Like, and I want to continue to like grow with her. Like, I want to see her grow up, and I want to like grow into being like a good pet mom. Like, I want to be a good cat mom. I love my baby. Like, I love her so much, so I want to be a good cat mom. Like, I'm really trying to show up. Like, I literally like feel bad because I work a lot, and I'm like, damn, like, I wish I could just come home and like spend time with her. And like, literally, like, that's like my favorite thing to do, like just come home and like cuddle with my cat. Like, I don't know, it's just like a valuable experience to be a cat mom, and just like to persevere, and like even just go through the hardship of like learning how to be a first time like pet owner was just like valuable and beautiful. And like, I'm still learning. Like, for me, it was really hard that like my room smells like cat poop. I was like, ew. But like, just learning, like, literally, like, everything about my pet has just shaped me. Like, I feel like I'm cleaner, I'm more organized. Like, even just like my pet, and like just basking in like self-love, and like trying to like really get on this journey of self-love. Like, I don't know, just so many things that I feel like I value, so many experiences that I cherish, and so many things that I'm grateful for. Like, yes, it's hard, and there's so many like times where I'm reminiscing and I'm feeling emotional, I'm crying, I'm journaling, I'm praying, I'm talking to God. Like, bro, I'm so bossed up in my journey right now that I go to sleep listening to affirmations or frequencies. Like, I'm just on like a really different level of like doing things for myself, and like really like genuinely wanting to better myself, that like I couldn't tell you that I'm doing this for the sake of someone else, or I'm doing this for the sake of something else, or I'm doing this for like the sake of spite or vengeance. Like, I genuinely just feel so like affirmed and like moving mountains for myself, because like that's literally all I have. Like, genuinely, that's all I have is myself. That is what the end of this, the backstretch of this year has taught me, is like I really just need to be my own friend, my own lover, my own cheerleader. Like, I'm learning to like gentle parent myself, which I talked about last like podcast episode or whatever. But no, like, I'm just learning a lot of valuable lessons, and I feel really grateful to like learn these lessons and like go through this experience all before like the year is over. And like, even like though I know like some things may carry until like the beginning of the new year, I just know like it's still an opportunity for a new start. Like, every day is an opportunity for a new start, like, truly. So honestly, this was like the longest yap session ever. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you soon.